Namaste. In this series on travel diaries, I take you with me to the country of Indonesia. I was there for a project in 2019 for the Indonesia International Storytelling Festival, and it was a beautiful experience working with other storytellers from Indonesia, from Singapore, from America, and other countries joining in, and we were there performing together with this lovely musically inclined audience. Many of them love Indian music and Indian cinema and songs, so it was really beautiful being there, interacting with them. Just seeing me in my sari, they very often they would burst out into a song, a cinema song, an Indian cinema song. This is among the many other memories. Fantastic sense of humor. Many people that I encountered in Indonesia have. I'm about to share one very special episode that's deeply close to my heart. You know, it was towards the end of the festival, and if I remember right, we were heading from Yogyakarta city. Yeah, and this project was in Jakarta city when we were going to Yogyakarta. So it was in this library called UFO. You know, our previous projects had been at the National Museum, at the international schools, at a couple of other high-end schools. And when they kept saying UFO library, you know, I was curious about it. They said it's an NGO that runs it. UFO is under the flyover. And by the time we reached, there was too much of traffic jam. So we had very little time. And they said, we have to finish in 15 minutes and leave from here. And I was looking, where is the library? Where's the library? It was literally under the flyover. So there is an NGO that works with the children of the street vendors on either side of the flyover. The vendors who set up their stalls, for their children, they've set up a library right under the flyover. It's this beautiful little space with a carpeted lawn and a little section with books to read and a little place to sit, and you can also sit outside on the carpeted lawn. We reached there were these 5 to 10 children, and right there in the middle of the traffic going up and down, I had to narrate a story. And while Jeff Gear, the American storyteller, was narrating before me, I was quickly thinking, you know, what is it that I can tell these children? I'm going to be speaking in basic Indian English, which I know they do not follow, and they follow Indonesian Bahasa. Moreover, there's so much of traffic. And then I remembered that when I was in Athens, in Greece, I performed there, and I remember watching a Greek storyteller tell Monkey and the Cap Seller in Greek language. But it wasn't Greek and Latin to me. I could follow all of it because it was such a visual story. You know, he was moving, he was scratching, and I could guess the story. And I asked my friend, oh, he's telling the monkey and the Cap Seller story, right? She said, oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, so I quickly remembered that, and I decided, yes, I'm going to tell the monkey and the cap seller. The cap seller also seemed appropriate because they are children of street vendors, and probably their parents are also selling small things. It's a situation they can relate to. Yeah, so I quickly asked the words for cap and money. If I remember right, the word for cap in Indonesian Bahasa is topi, and for money is munyet. I also asked the word for monkey, which I cannot remember right now. So I quickly incorporated those in my storytelling, and thanks to my little portable microphone, which I hang with me, they were able to hear me. With all my movement and jumping, I told them the story. I reached out to them to give me the money. They became the people whom I sold my caps to. So we had this little interaction and engagement, you know, though we didn't really know each other's language. There was something magical about those children, you know. I've always noticed that those who do not have access, they deeply value whatever little you have to offer, you know. So there was so much outpouring of love, of receptivity from these children. And by the time I finished this little story of the monkey and the cap seller, and we had this little interaction together, an interactive performance storytelling that we did, It was very, very special, and the organizers were saying, "Oh, it's time. We told you you have just 15 minutes. We've got to leave." And we all just gave this big, tight hug to each other, and all of us were in tears. It was just very special, very special. So this is one of my strongest memories of from my travels. Just 15 minutes with children from another land, from another culture, from another language, and just through stories, through story time, we could give and get love together. Yeah. Namaste.
Like, share, and subscribe.